It's Mike's Daily Podcast.
Thank you, Anki, my cousin. Well, we are here at Café Anyway.
Mike's Daily Podcast.
Somewhere in Podcastro Valley, the last place on earth today. I hope you're enjoying it so far, and that life is lit up nicely with good light. I don't know what I'm singing about, but despite all that, it is FF episode 2790, 2790.
Mike's Daily Podcast.
Very close to 2800. Yes, I've been doing this podcast a while and doing a lot of them.
Mike's
So
Daily
there's that.
Podcast.
Mike is the authority on that.
Yeah!
That's good. I am not an authority on how to make fast food, however. I do know that you shouldn't eat it for the most part. But for most fast food franchises, sales are down. Probably because of the statement I just said. Food costs are up. Rent and other costs keep rising. People go into a fast food restaurant speaking English, Spanish, whatever language. In the Bay Area, there are a multitude of languages people speak. But you walk into a fast food restaurant and you expect the food prices to be lower. Instead, they're the same as most restaurants. So people are turning their heads and leaving and going, the convenience, it's not really there. The food is certainly not very good for me. Why? Now, you're going to have to pay more for labor. Yes, in the month of April, fast food restaurant employees will make at least $20 an hour in California, much higher than California's nation-leading minimum wage of $16. Fast food employees.
Here's today's podcast picture.
It's not of a fast food employee, but it is of something recent. I think there was some really awesome sunset or something I saw recently. I'll post that at mikesdailypodcast.com. You caught me unawares with that A-frame. Dang it. Okay. I forge ahead. So, franchises are laying off in order to keep up with this $20 an hour. And it's not minimum wage. In California, minimum wage, the overall minimum wage is $16. The late great Basil the Boxer. He liked fast food. He liked all food. So franchises are laying off 20% to 50% of their staff. That means your fast food is not going to be that fast. It means the prices are going to be going up. It means tough times for these fast food places. However, like a cockroach after the nuclear war, there is really fast food franchises. I don't know what we're applauding here. Hopefully it's not fast food franchises or nuclear war, but we saw recently with the cruise industry coming back big time. These are things that will come back eventually. People like, San Francisco's going to heck in a handbasket. It's San Francisco. It will come back. It's one of those things that come back. And fast food is one of those things that... Movies came back. That blew my mind. People go to movie theaters still. They've got to go to... Malls. I thought malls were done. People got to go to malls. People love malls. So it's one of those things that keeps coming back. It's not going to go the way of... We say the dodo bird, and because it's a funny word to say, dodo bird. But it was a bird at one time. And the bird is the word, if you heard. So, looks like a lot of...
What's the cliche of the week?
Problems with that.
What's the cliche of the week?
Rising labor costs.
What's the cliche of the week?
Are going to push those menu prices up.
What's the cliche of the week?
To 8%. Some of it more or less. In San Jose, Brian Horn, owner of two Vitality Bowls restaurants, now runs his stores with 2 employees versus 4 workers that he used to have.
What's the cliche of the week?
And he is also rising
What's the cliche of the week?
prices by around 10%
What's the cliche of the week?
to help cover the increased labor costs.
What's the cliche of the week?
I am a white male in my 50s, therefore I do not eat at Vitality Bowl. I'm not a young teenager female that seems to be mostly who go to Vitality Bowls, from what I've seen. El Pollo Loco, Jack in the Box, Del Taco, they are some franchises that have more than 60% of the restaurants in California, interestingly enough. That's true. When I was in Alabama, I did not see any Jack in the Boxes or Del Tacos. And when I was in Georgia, I saw an El Pollo Loco, but it was...
The mic tip.
They called it the crazy chicken. Because, Spanish? Don't speak Spanish in America. They've never spoken Spanish in America. Oh, wait. Hi, I've never read an American history book. Yes, they did speak Spanish in America. Yee. So they had to call it the crazy chicken in Georgia. Look for fast food to embrace more in-store ordering kiosks, self-serving soda machines, robot fryers, new dishwashing machines. It's going to become more automated. Someone who no doubt will complain about this in one of his rallies, because that's what he likes to do, is just complain.
It's pretty interesting.
You know, hey, I'm going to run for president, and all I'm going to do is just complain about things. Just be a complaining, curmudgeonly old whining white man. That's what I'll do. and people will love me and vote for me. Well, guess what? His media stock jumped as much as 50%. Not that was earlier in the week. I think it ended the week a little bit lower, but it is the Trump Media and Technology Group, TMTG.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
I think that's how they abbreviate it. Oh, no. It is DJT. That's right. Because the D comes from someplace. The ticker, Donald J. Trump, right. Debuted today, not today, but last week. Nearly 3 decades after the former president used it on Wall Street for his hotel and casino company in 1995. That stock, 9 years after 1995, so in 2004.
Scavenger hunt.
Looking through this information, through scavenging it for interesting information. In 2004, that stock went bankrupt. So now he's brought it back. It added almost $4 billion in paper profits to Donald Trump's net worth as we go outside of Café Anyway, where we bring you Mike's Daily Podcast, somewhere in Podcaster Valley 10. Truth Social has fewer than 15 million viewers, and it's hemorrhaging cash. I thought maybe I will go on it.
For your entertainment.
Uh-oh, here we go.
The one, the only.
Thank you.
Mike Matthews.
The concept was get Mike's Daily Podcast out, thank you, to as many places as possible. So I'm on TikTok now, although I keep trying to upload videos. I've only been able to upload 2 because I use the desktop, not the app. And for some reason, TikTok says, nope, you can only upload 2 videos on the desktop. Thank you for your playing. And Truth Social, I don't know how many people would actually see Mike's Daily Podcast. It'd be a way to get it out if I created an account. We'll see. But Trump Media has reported 49 million. He does a lot of ridiculous random posts on his Truth Social. Trump Media has reported $49 million in losses last year, more than 14 times what it brought in revenue. Isn't this a similar story to Reddit? Reddit had a big opening, and it loses money, and it's been around a while. Trump, although it's been around way longer than Truth Social, but Trump won't be allowed to sell stock for the next 6 months unless the board grants him permission. And he seems to get what he wants, so that's probably going to happen. And he'll need it for his legal costs, although now it looks like the RNC is going to pay for that too.
Wow, Shuts, wow.
If Trump does sell the stock, it would fall. The stock would fall. and be open to shareholder lawsuits. So that is something he has to watch out for. Musk has issued hard requirements to demonstrate Tesla's driver assistance software to buyers. Even delivery process slows. This is very important. The hard requirement. So hard requirement is a phrase that can be used to refer to a strict rule that must be followed. It is correct and usable in written English.
Rip someone a new one.
Oh, I'm going to rip Bing a new one because Bing's not helping me here. I type in hard requirement and I get, what is a robo-advisor? Definition and how they work. So now I'm thoroughly confused by technology.
News random.
And here's some other news. According to Bloomberg on MSN, there's hiring booms going on at SpaceX and Blue Origin, making it hard for NASA to attract talent. Okay. There's all my news random stuff. Outside of Café Anyway, where we bring you Mike's Daily Podcast, somewhere in Podcastro Valley. All that interesting news from Rob Black. I produce his podcast, The Rob Black Show. You can catch his show live Monday through Friday on AM 1220 KDOW in the 6 o'clock and 8 o'clock hours. And also you can go see him on TV on Kron Monday through Thursday in the 9 o'clock hour. Yes.
The Myclopedia Insanita.
Full of all kinds of knowledge and whatnot, and amazing people that stop by outside of Café Anyway, somewhere in Podcastro Valley. Look who is here. Hello, Michael Master, it's Madame Rootabega. Sorry, I was going to pause for a moment in order to say something very profound, and that is, live long and prosper. Woo! Wow, that's fantastic what you just said. Very wise and motivating. It motivated me in motivation.
First of all, I just want to thank everyone for joining us here on this show. This is great.
Do you like being on this show? Do you think it's great? Yes. Do you like to fly? Yes. When you fly, do you put the shade down? No. Everybody loves to put the shades down now. We're shade down now, society. Even in our homes, got the shades down. We love to live in darkness, even during the beautiful daylight. It's crazy. Don't do that. Back to the light thing. Let's have lots of light.
Matthews News.
And that's my Matthews News for today. Look who else is here.
Hello there, Mike. This is Valentino, the parking attendant.
And this is Bison Bentley. Do you know it?
Mike, all of that was fascinating stuff.
The Newsbleed section.
Is someone bleeding, Mike? Is that what that guy was saying today?
Yeah, bleeding. Do you know that? No, it's like the nosebleed section. This is the newsbleed section. Hey, we missed St. Patrick's Day, although I did have some Irish beer recently. We missed doing a show on St. Patrick's Day because I was in the air flying, coming back from Los Angeles. But I do have... Someone sent me Winky Wang... Winky Wang? That'd be an interesting name. Winky Vanovers.
MTV News. You hear it first.
She sends me, and this is... You heard it here first. She sends me some interesting emails. She knew my late mom, and she started emailing... She would email her funny things all the time. My mom would tell me about her. And now she's emailing her stuff to me, and it's so neat. In a Belfast pub comes Paddy Murphy. This is what Winky sent me. Looking like he'd just been run over by a train. His arm is in a sling, his nose is broken, his face is cut and bruised, and he's walking with a limp. Trying to do I was going to do a Scottish accent. I'm going to try and do an Irish one.
Wine.
Well, I like
The whiny white man wine list.
I can't do an Irish accent right. What happened to you? I want to go Scottish. What happened to you? Says Sean the bartender. Jamie O'Connor and me had a fight, said Paddy. That little jerk O'Connor, says Sean. He couldn't do that to you. He must have had something in his hand. That he did, says Paddy. A shovel is what he had. And a terrible licking he gave me.
Mike's absolutely useless review.
So far, this joke is good. I'm giving it a review. An absolutely useless review as I like it so far. Let's see. What? Oh, so Sean continues, even though he's Scottish sounding. Well, you should have defended yourself. Didn't you have something in your hand? That I did, said Paddy. Whoa! Let's just say I'm going to clean this up slightly. Mrs. O'Connor, and a thing of beauty it was, but useless in a fight. What? Okay. Wow, Winky. Let's see. All right, she's got all these jokes that are super low. Let me try and do it. Thank you. A short one here. A drunk staggers into a Catholic church. Uh-oh. Enters a confessional booth, sits down, but says nothing. The priest coughs a few times to get his attention, but the drunk continues to sit there. Finally, the priest pounds 3 times on the wall. The drunk mumbles, "Ain't no use knocking. There's no paper on this side either." All right.
What in the world was that about?
Well, thank you so much, Winky. I don't know where you get these things, but I guess there's some kind of network she's tapped into where people pass around this stuff. So, let us do the Let's Go Back with Matthew segment, shall we? Because it's going to be fun. Alrighty, here we go. Let's go back with Matthews.
Let's go back with Matthews.
Cassette copy.
That's right. We're going back in time to when there was a radio station that no longer exists that I worked at for quite a while. Wait a minute. You know what? It still exists. No, this one doesn't. Bus 96.7. It had tough times because, well, it had a very weak signal. It covered Ventura County, but not very well. It had a lot of pockets where you couldn't hear it. And so what they did was they tried to go with a format that didn't really exist at that point. They did this 50s, 60s, 70s, 80s mix of music. So totally, it was eclectic, but it wasn't like, it was all stuff that had been popular at some point. So.
More than old days, the bus 96.7. Good morning, Mike Matthews sitting in for Scotty Johnson today. He's out and about doing something really naughty, I hear. Ooh, naughty things that Scotty Johnson does. Number 1, he likes to blow his nose in public. It's Joe Jackson on the bus.
Oh my gosh!
The bottom of the chart.
Pretty good songs that never made it on the radio because people didn't think they were worth. But you know what? They come back up and people start playing them, and it's like, oh, where'd that come from?
Oh, that's a 23-year-old Mike, I think, somewhere in that age, early 20s, because that was in 1992. That came from Joe Jackson. I have many, many Joe Jackson albums. Not much of his later stuff, but a lot of his early big popular stuff in the 80s.
More than old days of us, 96.7. Mike Matthews sitting in for Scotty Johnson, 9:14 right now. And I found out an interesting fact that there still are a lot of Mikes in the United States of America. In Pennsylvania, for example, Michaels outlead every other name by 3,462. The second name is Matthew. I'd be a really plain person in Pennsylvania, wouldn't I?
Paul McCartney and Wings. You know, I don't know where I got that information. Nowadays, you just pull it off the internet. It's right there. But in 92, we had no computer in the studio. They did subscribe to the local newspaper, so maybe I pulled it out of the paper somewhere. But gosh, I'm pretty impressed with myself. I don't know about you. Yeah.
What is this man laughing at? And how can I be involved?
Now, wait a minute, Rochester. I'll handle this.
It's Comedy Radio Classics on KNJO 92.7 FM. And at what time?
Well, he wouldn't understand it then.
At 10 o'clock, Monday through Friday. Early radio shows from the 1930s, 40s, and 50s. And they're sure to make you...
I'm double jointed, but that'll help any.
On KNJO 92.7 FM.
The Muttley Laugh. Oh, that was a proud... So I also worked for KNJO, and it played, so this is 92, so they're playing music, 60s, 70s, 80s mellow music. They called it soft hits, and you had to say that right, or you might have said something not so family-friendly. And then... it was mellow music all day, but at night we would do that. We'd go and play the classic radio stuff. We had an archive because comedy radio used to be part of that station on the AM. They had an AM signal, AM 860, or was it 850? That's it, 850. And so we would play all this old Jack Benny, Greg Gildersleeve, Fibber McGee and Molly, and other shows. Not so much of the drama stuff, but the comedy stuff. So that's where that promo came from. All right, one last bit of radio lore. So the internet is starting to get more and more popular. This is like 2004. And in 2004, people are starting to get computers. My mom had a computer before I did. And people are starting to get internet. There's no apps at this point, but people are going to websites and checking out stuff. I think we had just had the big .bomb situation go on. Everybody's trying to make commerce happen on the internet, and it didn't. And a lot of companies failed. So there was this really smart lady that I knew who was a webmaster, and she gave me some advice with mikesdailypodcast.com. that I used later on, and I still have that up. You can check it out. But she had all this great knowledge about the internet, and she was just starting to get into radio. She was a DJ on the radio on a different station, but she would come in and we would talk internet stuff on the country station of all places. So this made for an interesting show. We called it Cyber Night and Worldwide Webs Day, and here's a little bit of that from... oh my gosh, it was April 21st, so just about exactly 20 years ago. 20 years ago? Yeah. So this was almost exactly 20 years ago to the day.
Right now with Jocelyn, the Cyber Diva, and Matt Michaels, and I just came up with that Cyber Diva thing. Do you like it?
I like it.
It's okay?
Mm-hmm.
And, oh my gosh, look who's here.
Hi, Matt. Hi, Jocelyn.
Hi, how are you?
I'm fine. Hey, I really like animals.
Okay.
Can you help me when I want to go take my dog flying?
Whoa.
Yeah.
Actually,
I love horses.
I don't know if you can take your horse to a lot of places on vacation.
That's bogus.
Well, there is a website you can go to see where you can take your dog on vacation.
Oh, what's that?
It's petvacations.com.
Oh.
Yeah, Matt, if you're going to go on vacation and take your pet, you can go to petvacations.com and check up all the hotels that accommodate little Fido.
Oh, that's a great thing.
Yeah.
You're scratching my back.
I think it's Mahita. Hi, Mahita.
Benita, look, it's Mahita.
Hi, Mahita. How you doing? Well, there's Neri.
Neri's got to come over here and say Matt Michaels. Ready? Go.
Yes. Matt Michaels.
No, do it the way you do it.
Hi, Matt Michaels.
Okay. Oh, she's... Somebody throw some water on her.
Highly excitable.
She's okay. She works in radio. She works on the other side of radio, and this is the first time, and she's really excited. So, any advice for people that are getting DVDs?
Yes,
Jocelyn?
actually, it's huge. On the 17th of this month, actually, it was just announced.
Oh, it just happened.
Yes, that Walmart and I believe Kmart stores are going to start offering a DVD player that will take out sex, violence, and bad language.
Wow.
Yes. What fun is that?
That is fun. What fun?
No, there's a lot of movies out there that have questionable scenes and stuff you don't want your children to see. So the new word on the street is that Walmart and Kmart will start selling a filtering RCA machine. But, Hollywood isn't too happy about it.
No, because they have those love scenes are so artistic.
They spend so much time compiling those dirty words into the movie.
Wow. So Walmart is just irking everybody.
Yeah, the Directors Guild says it's a violation. They're not happy about it. And they say it's just wrong to profit from selling software that changes the intent of movies.
Okay.
So I don't know if that's true or not, but I wouldn't want my child to see something questionable.
We need to all just get along.
Don't we, though?
And all you people stealing the Walmart shopping carts, bring them back. That's what we all need to. YouTube, Anita.
Shut up, man. I'm getting out of here. Bye. Where's the wrong door?
Okay. Billy Dean on tape.
There you go. Oh, and then Jocelyn went on to talk about petvacation.com, which was a thing. I don't know if that's still around. I'm not going to look. But you know what? You can look at my website, mikesdailypodcast.com, and you can also call me to tell me what song you like best. Here we are with the segment, the Mike Matthews New Tunes Feud. Yes, these were songs that were emailed to me, mikesdailypodcast@gmail.com, and I'm going to play them for you now. First, starting off with a guy named Harry Noble. He announces a new album, a new LP actually, which is not quite an album. It's smaller. It's a little so you can get through it faster. But he shares a first single and a video called Nothing Else. He's 19 years old. So that means he wasn't even born when that bit of cassette I played for you happened a little bit earlier there. So he is a guitarist currently based in Spokane, Washington, and he plays in the style of some true indie punk legends. Nothing Else was written over the summer of 2023 and captures the wide range of Noble's musical influences. Let's listen to a little bit of his song called Nothing Else. He has a YouTube channel, Hayes Noble, and he's only got 64 subscribers. He's only got a little bit more than me, so show him some love. Oh, wow, there he goes. I can only play that much, or YouTube. Speaking of YouTube, they ding me. So there you go, a little bit of Hayes Noble. Song number 2 is from a band that's been around a long time. I remember them when I was a kid. The Jesus and Mary Chain. They have set the wheels in motion for a landmark year ahead as they announce their release of their new album, Glasgow Eyes, via Fuzz Club, and unleash its lead single, Jam Cod. Jamcod. The duo, brothers Jim and William Reed, will further mark their 40th year in 2024. They've been together 40 years with an autobiography and a major UK and European tour. Glasgow. Okay, here's a little bit of their song called Jam Cod, if it will play off this player correctly. Oh, it's not playing. What's that about? I had it queued up. Oh, there it goes.
Best known to find the other brother. There's no place to go. Tears are what you want. Tears are what.
All right, that's a little bit of Jam Cod. I'm going to see if I can play. I have the album here. I'm going to try and play a little bit of a song called The Eagles and the Beatles.
Sex pistols. I got drunk on crystals. I've been rolling with the stones.
Brian Jones from the Rolling Stones. Wait, all right, I gotta hear a little bit of Discotheques. too. That's an interesting song. Wow. Oh my gosh. All right, one more. I gotta hear one more off this album called Hey Lou Reed, this song. Let's see a little bit of this. Hey Lou Reed, name of that one. Okay, so that's a little bit of the Jesus and Mary Chain and their new album. And now, finally, the last song here is someone who's been on the show, Daniel G. Harmon. He has gotten together with someone named Hush Child, and the latest song, and by the way, go and check out the interview. I've done a couple interviews with Daniel G. Harmon. It's at my website, mikesdailypodcast.com. In the interview section, that's the hamburger at the top. You click on that and you see all the interviews pop up. And go to the section alphabetical, probably A through F, because it's D. I alphabetized by first name because I'm that kind of smart. And here's a little bit of his new song called Infinite in All Directions. Soothing. How nice. He did a cover, Daniel G. Harmon, of, what was it? He completely covered an album. And, I don't know if it's in this, on this page. Wicked Game, he covered that, right? What that was the song by Chris Isaac. He's done a lot of covers. And, Never Gonna Give You Up? Really? Rick Astley? That's right, he had a song called Christmas in Quarantine. COVID 19. Yes, a lot of interesting stuff from him. And he's done some interesting covers too. So Daniel G. Harmon there. So which one did you like best out of those three? Did you like the Jesus and Mary's Chain and their song called Jam Cod? Did you like Hayes Noble or Daniel G. Harmon? Give me a call. Here's the number.
Call Mike at the Café Anyway hotline. Area code 510-228-4640. Liberty Nation, freedom, foam for all.
And with more ways to reach me, you can always find these other ways. At the end of all my podcasts, I let you know where to reach me and all the places to contact me and all that. And it is told to you by someone named Ariel.
Mike's Daily Podcast is written and produced and performed by Mike Matthews. His podcast is super easy to find. Download or listen to his show and read his blog at mikesdailypodcast.com.
Email Mike now at mikesdailypodcast@gmail.com.
See you tomorrow. Bye!